Hi, Chan. Nice to see more essays from you. Let's take a look at what you've written here. It's the school subjects in Germany. Okay. The pie chart shows a relative popularity of different school subjects among German school students. That word is missing here. In 2017. Overall, the chart shows that the popularity of each subject has been varied. However, history was the most popular school subject and the least popular school subject was IT. Okay, the first sentence is awkward. The popularity of each subject varied. I still think that all right, even though the second sentence was okay, I think you could have made it a little more cohesive so that it's not so repetitive. History was the most popular and the least popular, so I think you could have made this a little less repetitive. Okay, so overall, the chart shows that the popularity of each subject varied. However, history was the most popular, while IT was the least. Could have done something like that. It just makes you're using ellipsis like this, leaving out some words. It makes it a little more cohesive. Sometimes you can do that if you're not familiar with how to do this. Definitely look up how to use ellipsis. Okay, and that will help. All right, let's try it again. Let's go to the next paragraph. Of these school subjects, PE and history were the preferred subjects. All right, now see this? You don't have to use the word subjects twice. You could have just said, of these school subjects, PE and history were the most preferred. All right, and then it's clear to us that you mean subjects. There were over the fifth of each, with representing nearly the half in total. All right, grammar here is really off. So you could have said, each accounted for over 1/5, representing together nearly half. That would have been okay. PE had the highest at 22.9%, which was slightly more than that of history at 22.4. For maths and physics, they were alike less than the fifth, or again, grammar. For maths and physics, they were similar with less than a fifth each. Okay? Maths represents the higher percentage or proportion, you could have said, at 19.5%, while physics was 18.5. Regarding biology, without the, regarding biology, geography, and IT, they were the least popular subjects, full stop. They were just below 10% each, without of, and less than 20% of these subjects in total, fine. IT represents the lowest of the three with just 3.7%, which was followed by biology and geography at 7.1 and 6.4 respectively. Okay, fine, that was good. Okay, that's fine. So obviously, language was a problem here. I like the way you stretched it out. You did that well. Kind of extending and grouping things and then, ungrouping them to get into some detail. I thought you did all of that really well. But the language, the grammar, some of the vocabulary, little structural mistakes, and then like word order mistakes. So those are things that I really want you to work on. Other than that, I think you're on the right track. Let's take a look at your task 2. Okay, online communication more common. Is this, are there more advantages or disadvantages? Let's see what you said about that. All right, first of all, it's experts. It's not just one expert, multiple experts throughout both the developing and the developed world, you need that word, have debated whether online communication, has a greater impact than face-to-face in workplaces. This essay will analyze both sides using examples from McKinsey Global Institute and social indicator research to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, I want you to change this. First of all, the question is not whether online communication has a greater impact than face-to-face. That's not what they've asked you. I want you to read the question again. It's telling you that we use online communication more than we meet face-to-face. Okay, this is a given. So they're asking you if the advantages of this, the fact that we prefer online communication in the workplace, if this trend has positives or negatives, if it has more advantages or disadvantages. So what you're not supposed to do here is you're not supposed to talk about the benefits of online communication and then the benefits of face-to-face meetings, or the drawbacks of one and then the drawbacks of the other. That's not what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to understand that we use online communication more than we do, more than we meet face-to-face. Are there advantages to this? Okay, this shift towards this type of communication? Or are there disadvantages? That's what the essay question is asking you. A lot of people have trouble with this, okay? Then there is a direct question in the task. It asks, do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? You didn't answer it. You just said you're going to analyze both sides. Yes, you have to analyze both sides, but you have to tell us the answer to this question. Okay, the best place to do that is in your introduction. All right, let's move on. There is ample evidence that the increased use of online communication in workplaces creates more international connection. The set of reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, the development of online platforms such as Facebook facilitates a digital flow of information and ideas across the world. Secondly, workers and business use such platforms to make international interactions and transactions so that their products and services, this is a wrong word, not could come across. I think you mean something else like go across the world. This is because digital platforms are the powerful tools to expand local markets and cooperation to a global level. For example, McKinsey Global Institute shows that some small businesses some small businesses reached 86% of their sales targets because they depend on Alibaba and Amazon to connect with customers and suppliers from other countries with an R. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that the use of online communication facilitates international marketing and cooperation. Okay. I kind of feel like this isn't exactly what they're talking about. Okay. I thought what you wrote was interesting, but again, I don't remember. The comparison is this type of online communication versus face to face. So I think if you had somehow made this relevant, like you were really talking about like the product or the company and how it communicates and markets to its customer. That's only part of what this essay is asking you about. It's also asking you about like between colleagues. Remember, face-to-face meetings. So in a workplace setting, we might not meet face-to-face. Instead, you and I would email. Okay. We wouldn't have a meeting in, some sort of meeting space in the office. We would meet online through a platform like Google Meets or Zoom or something. So this is what the essay is asking you to talk about. Okay. So while I enjoyed your ideas, it's not entirely what you're supposed to be talking about. Not entirely. Although online interactions can allow businesses to reach a global level, or you could have said to become global. That would have been fine. The negative impact on business relationships cannot be overstated. With the advancement of online platforms, more managers are less likely to host a meeting physically. Okay, fine. Therefore, the frequency of interacting with colleagues or business partners face-to-face could be decreased, which carries a higher risk of social isolation. For example, an extensive study by Social Indicator Research shows that talking with workers for more than 10 minutes, once a day had a 77% increase in developing strong ties in the business. You can see that the grammar is a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. So, for example, an extensive study by social indicator research shows that talking with coworkers for more than 10 minutes a day improved business relationships 77% compared with just 40% from online interactions. Consistent with this line of thinking is that talking face to face without the with could show an authentic and in-depth communication. Not could show, it allows. So that talking face to face allows authentic and in-depth communication. Therefore, it is possible to state beyond doubt, meeting face to face has a positive impact on business relationships. Okay, now, again, I liked your ideas, not what you're supposed to be talking about. Okay, they've already assumed that we're talking now online. Okay, so rather than telling me how great face-to-face meetings are, talk to me instead about why online communication has disadvantages. Okay, that's what the focus is supposed to be. The merits of online communication are making an invaluable contribution to our workplaces. However, in-person meetings can develop positive working relationships authentically. Therefore, it is difficult to say that the benefits of online communication are greater than face-to-face meetings. Okay, so you see, I needed to know this from your introduction, and that's going to affect your task achievement score. However, like I said, I thought your focus was a little off. I didn't think that you entirely understood what you were supposed to be focusing on in this essay. So that's something I want you to work on. And of course, the grammar, which I talked about extensively. All right, so go ahead, correct these. Let's see more work from you, all right? I'll be waiting for it, so good luck.